Alrighty guys, we're back with another No Man's Sky save editor for the current 4.0 update. It is October, what is today? It is the 9th here, 2022. So now that we're all caught up with dates and versions here, I did a tribute video for GoatFungus yesterday, and I was kind of thinking, like he probably was going to struggle with this one maybe. But man, he put it out. My head hit the pillow last night and I got a notification about this thing. And I was like, well, I'll just have to wait until the morning. So it's been 11 hours since it's come out. And he didn't, I don't see any new README in here. Maybe it's in the files here. Well, no, that's 12 months ago too. So anyway, if you're new to using this, well, you might want to go through this and read this a little bit. There is some kind of requirements here. You need, this is going to be on PC. You need to update your Java runtime environment to 8. There's a link down here in his, maybe I'll put a link in the description too as well, because some people get hung up on this. And, well, yeah, there you go. And if you're on Xbox and PS4, well, Xbox has a tool called NomNom that you can intercept files with, and then you can change them and then inject them back in. Yeah, we can kind of go over that a little bit later. I do have a video on that. I don't know if it's been updated. It's probably been changed, and so I'm not sure if that's working or not. And also there is something with the PS4 too. That's the same exact thing where you intercept the files, change them, and then inject them back in with the PS4 save wizard. So you got two different programs talking to each other. So these things are all possible, guys. I just don't really do them. So I mess around with the Xbox slightly just to, I was trying to get push base files into it, but I didn't have a whole lot of luck because the JSON files are all weird and IDs and who knows. There's a lot of things I can miss in there, and I'm not really a coder. I pretend to be. So I hit blind bullseyes sometimes. That's my best I can do, guys. All right, so now we've gone through all that. He has his Patreon account too. You can go check out the GoatFungus, his Patreon, and hook him up with some. Yeah, he's been doing this for a long time, man. I mean, this is kind of like been the foundation of, if you're a Blender user or anything else. I mean, this is the tool that you kind of got to go to first. So, there you go. The guy is cool. He puts in a lot of hard work. Been doing it for a long time. I'm not telling you what to contribute or how much, but he can always throw a little something. I'm not a big subscriber, but I will donate something significant and then unsubscribe because I'm just not a subscriber, guys. That's just me. But it doesn't prevent me from showing a little bit of love. All right, so now all that tiggy talk is out of the way. I'm sorry, a little long-winded. I don't script these things, so if you're looking for a tidy video on save editors that is going to be clear and concise and just straight to the point and edited perfectly, you're probably going to have to make it, because I seem to have the monopoly on these videos, and I'm sorry for you. I don't want to be here any more than you do. I don't know why I'm the representative. And I feel sorry for you guys. You guys had to listen to an asshole up here talk about a save editor for 20 or 30 minutes. And I get to say GoatFungus. I mean, that's the best part of everything right there. We get to say GoatFungus, guys. All right. Now, without further ado, we're going to get on here. Now, if you're at this GoatFungus, github.com/GoatFungus/NMS save editor, the link will be in the description in the bottom, as well as his Patreon links too. So you're going to go here and hit this little green code button right here and hit download zip. All right, boom. Now that's downloading all righteous for us right there. If you are a new user, you're going to come over to your desktop here, okay? And you're going to make a new folder, and you're going to call it NMS Save Editor or whatever you want to do, all right? And then you're going to take that file that you just got and you're going to open it up and unzip it. I think it even comes with an unzipper. Okay, so let me bring this back over because it does something weird when you first open it up. And you're going to be like, okay, what is this? This is why I want to bring it over here too, because, well, I want you guys to see it. So we downloaded the zip. It's in our download folders. Let me bring up a download. NMS Save Editor Master. We're gonna click on this, and then, well, it's in the other window here. It's bringing up this weird little comments window, and it gives you this long file gibberish. Just hit close. All right, hit close, and then I'll show you what it brings up here. You got the No Man's Sky Save Editor Master. Now you can drag this right onto your desktop and it'll open it up, or you can extract. You can hit the extract. I use iZark. I don't know what you guys have for an unzipper, but if you don't have an unzipper on your PC, you need an unzipper. It could be 7-zip or iZark or something like that. Go Google zips. They're really easy. Install one really quickly. If you don't have one, you should be here this far. And if you don't have a zipper, I don't know if you should be digging in with us. You might want to stop right now. All right. With that being said, all the warnings aside here, yeah, if you've opened up that new folder there and you named it NMS Save Editor, you can drag that and put it in there. Or if for the older players, we have a file system already here, and you can see that I have this is my file that I've had on my PC for the longest time, and I do this every single time that it comes in here. So I'm going to open up this new save editor here, and we're going to just drag everything in here and then drag it over. So the only thing that's not going to be in there is like my backup bases exported, and that's it. The screenshots will get replaced, and that's fine. Replace files in the destination. Sure, that's what we're here for. And that's it, guys. Now you've updated your save editor for the old players. For the new players, you still have to set everything up for the initial thing. So this might be new for me because the menus have changed so drastically. So give me a chance here. I might be caught off guard because I have not looked at this new one yet, and the menu changed so much that I'm imagining that things probably look weird. I'm really surprised that he did this so fast. So here we go. Let's go open it up. I'm excited to see this too. So far, so good looking. It says waypoints 1.11.0 right there, guys. Up at the very top here, you can see that GeForce has picked up the JavaScript because it kind of acts like a game for some reason. So here we are. We have open file path. It should be in your users. Let's go up here and check this out. It'll be users, app data, roaming, hello games, NMS, and then find your Steam link there. Okay. If you're in Xbox, you need to. If you're doing something with the Xbox here, I'll just let you know that you need to open it. It's in a Windows file. I do a video on that, how to find it. I don't know if NomNom is already up and running, or how to link this one to your Xbox, but I think it's capable of doing it, he says. So if you're trying to point it to the Xbox folder, it is in a Windows folder. You need to unlock your Game Pass Windows folder to gain access to those, but it will be in there. All right, guys. But for here, this is how you get it. Users, your username, app data, roaming, hello games, NMS, and then your screen name there. All right, guys. So you pick that, you hit open, and then you should have everything in here now. All your saves should show up here, right here. Which in the old save editor, my creatives were all not showing up. So this August 7th, this August 8th, which was yesterday, were things that I edited after the fact, and they wouldn't show back up in here. So that's pretty cool. We can go into this creative one, and we know that I've already changed some things. So I'm going to open this one up. and everything's looking pretty much the same. So we're not going to go digging way into the files and talking about every single item. I mean, I suppose we can type in the new, the trade rocket, and see if that's in there. We are going to talk about the save editor like I always do. We're going to do a basic run through, guys. I'll show you the basic layout. It's kind of like a copy and paste from each menu to each menu. So I do want to talk about the important things, the most important things that the save editor does. And it does it without you even needing to do anything, really. It just every time you open the game and every time you open the save editor, this thing kind of does it automatically, which is super, super cool. In case you lose anything, in case anything's happened, you can always go back to a different save file. And this one's still honoring all the old ones here. Look at all my old save files. And I have folders of ones from the past years because I just don't want them all in here because it gets a little bit wonky and the files take a long time to open up sometimes when it's congested like this. So if you're an old veteran, that is just a tip or something that I do. I don't know if you like to incorporate that into your save editor maintenance, but I do keep another folder off to the side. And sometimes I will, you can't rename them. They have to be dated, but you can put them in folders with names anyway. So a little tip for you guys there. So going in and out, it automatically saves. And you like we already showed you where to choose your save at, and we chose my my creative October 7th, and then underneath it we can see different times. So I can go all the way back from when I first created this save, or like just say I built something, I really messed something up, and I'm like, the game is all crashing, it's acting a little wonky, and that was on this save. So I know that if I go back to this one where it opened up just fine on the dates, then boom, that's the one I'll hit, and I'll revert back and just erase everything that I did previously after that point, and the game should be stable once again. So that's really cool. That doesn't really happen often. It's really more for like blender building. You purposely broke the game. I mean, there's been a few times where I've had to revert back because of some stupid things, but not very often. It's usually something that I just want to get back to something else, or I like to just say I had a really good time, I was at somewhere really cool. I will make a folder called whatever was happening at that time, and I will stick that save inside of that folder. So if I ever want to go back there and have that same experience again at that point in time, then all I got to do is hit that, load up that save, and there I am again. Do you guys get me on this? That's fucking cool. I think it gets overlooked by a lot of people, and it's just fucking really cool. It's one of my favorite things about the save editor. No, not all that cheating bullshit and everything else. I mean, that's super cool too, but I mean, the mods take care of that as well. But this is cool. All right, so that's the first main highlight thing there. The second tab is the exosuit. This is where we start getting into the good stuff, where you guys want to start changing things and adding things, and well, this is it. And the menu is going to be kind of like this. It just kind of copies over and over and over again, besides like maybe ships and some of the other tabs will have obviously different file trees and things like that, but they all kind of look the same. You're going to get your main stats and names and types and your color controls over on the left hand side for almost every tab. So here you got exosuit, you can see health, shield, energy, units, nanites, and quicksilver. Yes. And let me tell you right now, this game is not going to honor any frivolous or redundant input that you put into it. So if you went like this, what it's going to do is going to correct it to the maximum. So you can just go in here and hit 9s, and when you hit the next piece here, it'll correct it to whatever it is. So the save editor is going to kind of keep you within a guideline. You can't just start throwing shit in here and add it. That doesn't make any sense. So, and we'll talk about that a little bit later too, because there's definitely a few different times when you're going to see it do it like this. All right, so over here on the top, while we're still in the exosuit tab right there, Over here on the top, we can see that we have this little file tree at the very top. It says cargo right now, but if I hit it, it says technology and then unused. So this is going to be where things kind of get a little wonky for us, I bet. So here's our technology. And I know that we've been resized too, so we're going to have to talk about that as well. All right, so you see I have an empty spot. I can do a right click on this and I can enable it. I can enable all slots. I can repair all slots, and then I can add item. These are kind of cool. We can do all this at once in the edit tab for every single menu and every single thing at once. I think that would be probably what you're mostly interested in, but if you're one of those purists and you just want to go in and enable one thing and repair one thing just because you got ripped off in the game and you're trying to stay pure, well, this is the menu that you would do it in. But if you're trying to get them all done at once, well, you come up to the edit tab up here and you hit refill all technology, refill all stacks, recharge all base planters, expand all inventories. I'm going to hit that right now because I think we expanded, right? So expand all inventories, enable all slots, repair all slots and technologies. That repairs everything at once. Like you say you just went on a crazy journey and you did a whole bunch of shit and you're all over the place. Look, we gained a whole lot of extra storage spots too underneath here too. I just opened all those up and put them in there. So that's pretty cool. Our save editor has gotten bigger now. Oh yeah, we can take up the whole screen, guys. Look at that. The save editor, it takes up real estate now. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. So we expanded all the inventories, and now here we are. This is pretty cool looking, guys. That's a whole shit ton of space, and wow. That's all I gotta say. I was impressed by that. I couldn't wait to see it. I knew the other guys had probably gone through this and spun their wheels, but it's really neat to see it in the save editor like this. Sorry guys, I hit the microphone. I'm obviously getting a little giddy over this. All right, so that's a pretty big deal right there. So now let's go into adding things. So if I go over here and right click and hit add item, now it brings up your search tab here. Now let me tell you this right now, if you type in something that you're looking for, don't hit enter. You actually have to click the search tab. So let's go ahead and try to find this trade rocket here. Oops, let's spell it first. All right. Well, the search function isn't searching, so there might be a bug right there that we just found. Multiple items found, a rocket, procedural. I mean, I don't know how it was made, or I tried looking for it in the old one, but it wasn't there yet. Building, curiosity, trident. All right, well, there's got to be a way to get it. I mean, curiosity, tradable. I mean, trade rocket. You think that would make sense, right? No, not the case. Consumable. I mean, you got other kinds of weird stuff in the consumables too. You're like, oh, well, traditional cake. All right, well, let's get some thick meat stew while we're here. I mean, I can't pass any of that up. All right, so you can go through there and play around in that menu and find things to your heart's content. It looks like I thought that function wasn't working, but it seems to be working. Let's what are we looking for? Stasis. There we go. I mean, it's working. I guess there's I don't know if the trade devices are in there yet, or if he's going to do another patchwork on this. They seem to do that too. Like, so if No Man's Sky is going to do its little patchworks over the next few weeks, so maybe expect a few different save editor, 1.11.1, 0.2, or 0.3 to come out before this is all over with. we'll talk and brush over those too. I don't like spinning wheels over the same content over and over again, even though the YouTube algorithm kind of demands it. I think you guys can get most of the information almost off of every single one of these save editor videos. So, all right, so that's the Exocraft tab right there. Let's go into multi-tools. This has kind of changed a little bit over the years. I like that we can export and import them now because we have multiple ones. It's probably my favorite thing about these, the multi-tool, the ship, and the pets and the companions tab, is that we have the export and import function, and that enables us to be able to save these animals and states in a file system and then summon them at will. So pretty cool. We'll go over that really quickly. Multi-tool, most of your main information is over there on the left-hand side. You got your different styles there and your types. You can change them. You can name it. You got seeds. If you don't know what seeds are, you can go on to like a coordinate exchange type of website or a seed exchange, No Man's Sky seeds. Just Google that and you will find databases of pictures with seeds, and you can just copy and paste those in, and you can have whatever ship or tool or pets or whatever you want to your heart's content. And well, they have all these exchanges, but now we could trade them like trading cards, really. You know, if you just had the seeds and everything else, I mean, we could do some really cool thing. I just can't believe anybody hasn't really done it yet. I don't know why, but anyway, yeah, there should be. I hope I planted a seed there for somebody. And again, here over here you got your stats, and again you can change these stats. Look, I can hit the 999s. It's gonna correct it to its highest thing. And then the import and export, say I like this multi-tool, or let's say I go to my red goal. You know, we have more slots too here too. That's crazy. Is it? Oh, okay. So I thought I expand all inventories, enable all slots. Expand all inventories, enable all slots. I don't know why it didn't do that from before. Gold Royal. All right, so maybe you need to be, so it's not doing it for every single one, so that's another bug glitch thing here too. So he'll probably be patching this up. So we just found some things that were not working here. So enable all slots. There we go. We see that we just enabled them all. So he has some issues going on here, and that's fine with me. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and complain, but there's your whole inventory. Here you can add things, and your menu is going to change when you're in different menus. So you know, like the save editor is going to keep you within a boundary. Don't worry about flip-flopping all over the place. And if you make some fucking mistake, all you have to do is just when you exit out, just don't save. So you're clickety-clacking away, and you hit some buttons or whatever you did, just don't save it. You can go in here and poke around all you want. Just don't save, if that's all you're doing is poking around. So I suggest you do that at first for a little bit, all right? Poke around a little bit. I also have an export for my import-export folders. Hopefully I'll have that a link in the description there. I'm pressed for a little bit of time this morning. I don't know when I can upload this. I might upload it and then fix the links later. Sorry about that, guys. I do that sometimes. Anyway, you got most of the information that you need right here, so... yeah, the import export. So say we wanted to export this, we can hit it right here. We can hit the name. It's going to go into my export folder. It's going to show you the exports that I have in there. I have a big folder on this as well that I pull off to the side for things that I like. So it's not all discombobulated all the time. So you can almost like save with the save editor and little subfolders. You can like inject just little different styles of gameplay, like these the content creators who are doing all the giveaways can just inject a certain save in at a point in time. Like I told you, like with the backups, he could have one called Friday Nights, where he just pops it in there and he has every single thing that he needs every single Friday night, and all he has to do is drag in a folder. You don't have to sit there and add all this stuff in every single time. I think that's what they're doing, and I kind of think it's funny. So if you're watching out there, guys, you know who I'm talking about. That's how you do it, man. It'll save you some time. All right, let's go check out Squadrons. Pretty cool. The seeds on this is pretty cool. You can go and find your squids or something like that, and you can have a squadron of squids. That's what I have, I'm pretty sure, on this. That's pretty cool. And, you're just going to have to go in here and check out all this stuff. I mean, we have 4 clones of the same thing. Obviously, you just need to go through one and figure it out. There's seeds. You can change the style. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to go dig it and make a long video for you guys. Where are we at on time anyway here? 10 minutes here. I'm doing pretty good, huh? All right, freighters, here it is again. You can come in here and change these, and, you got a capital S-class, you got the seeds, the model, you got hyperdrive. You can go in here and do all that. Base info. Oh yeah, there's big. You can do the crazy bases on these things now, so that's kind of a little bit new for me. But I obviously I don't have anything here, and I can't do anything. Maybe I don't have a base. So anyway, we have cargo technologies, and then we have our technology slots. This warrants a look. Okay, I'm not going to tell you guys to dig into anything else, but in the technology slot in your freighter, we have some really odd items, and they're old legacy items too. So you can go back in here and get some of these different pieces in here. So freighter, and yeah, so freighter hyperdrive, and you can just stack these up, and then your freighter is going to be able to just jump. Pretty much clear across the whole fucking galaxy in one jump. If you want to hold something down on the forward button for 15 minutes while it heads through. There's a mod too that actually makes it go super fast, but interesting stuff right there, guys. And that would be in the technology slot. Unused, I don't know what this is. So it must be like a different slot in there for the high storage capacity. I'm not quite sure. I think he's probably going to fix this. I think he jammed this out really quickly for us, and let's big hats off to Brendon. He's the guy that makes the GoatFungus save editor tool that we're looking at and using right now. The Patreon link will be in the description down there. If you want to throw this guy a bone, go ahead and do it, man. Show your appreciation. So, in frigates, you can come here, and this is kind of cool. You can go in here and change your classes. You can go do all this cool stuff. So when you send them out on missions, all they do is kick ass and bring you back cool stuff. There you go. What I like to do, so you can see I've got the deep space and the deep space common. So this is pretty cool. When you summon it, it all comes in with all these living ships, and it just looks fucking cool. So. And I think you can, those are all in there now. So those have all been fixed too. So that was something that when we talked about the save editor last time, he didn't have some of these in there. Maybe he had the deep space one in there, but anyway, it's cool that you get to watch this all get fixed and things like that. He loves to do it. So send him some love and a message or something if you're not gonna donate or anything. If you just want to go over there and say hi and say thank you, that's cool too, man. People appreciate that. Now, we were talking about how some things just can't. You can see how these are blacked out, and if we went in here and hit enabled, it's not going to enable them. That's the roamer, the nomad. They all have their own little things here, and I think that's just to give you a fucking hard time. I don't know why they did this. Just a hard time, honestly. And then on this, you have cargo and technology. It's really cool to come in here and take all your the slide and the boost and all these things and just really jam it down, because exocrafts are really fun all the way boosted. Boost the shit out of these things and go have a fun time in it, man. I can't tell you how much fun these things are. I should go back and reset these up, and I wish they had it like a save too, an export for, I don't know, that'd be kind of cool, I guess. I don't know why or how they would do that, but a preset, saving presets. But again, you can do that with pulling your main backup file out. So you'd save this and just pull the backup file out and be like, this is all set up for blah, blah, blah. And well, there you go. Companions are the same thing. You got your whole set of companions here. I'll have a bunch of them in my file folder for you guys. Whenever I upload that link later on, you have to probably check back on the video and later on tonight. After the night of that I've uploaded this, the October 9th, I'll have the links and the the folder for the exports for you guys down there. It might not be down there first. I'll upload the video quickly. I've got a meeting, and then I'll come back. So. And anyway, we've got our pets here. Another, it's kind of cut and dry with the information that it's sending you here. I don't need to get into this too much, but you can pick the biome that it's on, which is really cool, and you can pick the type down here, which you used to have to go into the JSON file to do that. I'm pretty cool that they did this here. I wish they would do the egg timer and stuff out here. I think that's another thing that people would want to do. I don't know. There's some information here. I think it could be a little bit more in depth on the pets. Pets are kind of cool, man. And just like anything else, for the ships and the multi-tools, we can export this, and you can see that we have we can see there's a huge export folder here. It's showing me kind of everything. We can just name this, and I'm trying to get a little bit more information with my naming now. Instead of going 1 or 2, now it's the Diplo purple panhead, the jellyfish, the mechanical pet from Twitch. A little more clear and concise. And then same like this, so if I wanted to replace this pet right here, number 16, I could just import it with the acorn bughead. And then now, an error occurred. I don't know why. Maybe it's something from the old file system to the new file system. So I would imagine this is going to get patched again. It might have been something I did. I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to dig into that further. I'm not going to do it during my video here. Bases and storage. I don't really mess with this. I do all of my stuff in Blender. It's just so much easier and way more control. But you have some options in here to save and archive bases. So it's doable through here. I just do it through Blender. That's my style. I think I have more control, and I've been doing it that way for years. And I have not messed with this too much within the Save Editor tab. So settlements, again, it's another thing. It's not my thing, but you can kind of come in here and see all your stuff, and some of it's been gunkified up, so that's, some of this looks like like I said, this might be patched up later on. I think I see some sort of problems. I'm not quite certain. I don't pretend to know anything about this, or the developer of this either. So some people think I am the guy, but I'm not. It's GoatFungus. It's Brendon. His link is in the description. So here you just have to play around with this, and I know you can up your debt and take down your debt, sentinels, upkeep, production, happiness, population, all that good stuff. Go in here and change it all. If settlements are your thing, they're just not mine. So discoveries. It's another little thing where you can add technologies. This is pretty cool. Let me show you how to add all these in at once if this is your thing. If you're trying to just go for the gustos, you can come in here and hit add technology. Click on this and hit Control A, and then hit add, and that'll add everything. And then you can do this over for each one. Known products, Control A, hit add, and then you can learn all these, and then you can click on all the glyphs, and then and you have everything. Now, be warned, if you do all the glyphs and some items, for some reason it might lock the story up because you're not supposed to have them, and the storyline won't prompt. So I can't confirm this all the way, but I've heard people talk about doing this, and then that their storyline wouldn't progress because they obtained shit illegally. So I guess the game gets confused. Rightfully so. Can't blame the game on that. And in here, the milestones and reputations, I don't think you can. I think you could change some of this, but I think in like Steam or something like that, like if you were trying to change your hours or something like that, you're not going to be able to do that. I don't think some of this gets honored. Like if you're trying to like get Steam rewards or something like that, I don't think it works. I think I tried doing something a long time ago and it didn't work. Maybe it does now. I don't fucking know. But you guys can check this out and go through that. This is your stats and milestones and your rep from all the different races and things like that, and your kills and stats over there on the left. So yeah, check that out. Over here, The last tab that we see, seasoned rewards, we can add these all in, and then Twitch rewards. So I would suggest using WinderTP. Has a mod called Consumerism. You pop the mod on, and then all you do is go over to the Quicksilver shop, and then it has all these items in there, and you just summon it up, and then you're done. But if you want to use the save editor for this, what you need to do is you come into the save editor, you add all this junk in there, you unplug your computer from the internet, you go in offline mode, you go over to the Quicksilver guy, he'll have all this junk, you get all your shit, and then you can turn the game back on after you get it. After you got it, you know. But you just have to be offline for it to not say, hey, what the fuck is going on over here? You know, that ain't how it went. All right, so that we've gone through all the tabs, and I've hit the microphone here. The last thing that we can talk about is we're going to go back over to the main here, and we can go into edit raw JSON, the JSON file. Let's go into coordinate viewer first. So if you wanted to go to a different galaxy, here's all your galaxies here. So if you want your system mill, it doesn't exist anymore, so that's 257, but it's still in the file system for some reason. I don't know why, but it's interesting to me. I will probably try it. I try it every update just to do it. I don't know why, but 256 is right here. You know that one, and you guys can get to wherever you want. So when you hit this, you're just going to pop into a random location. If you want to get any further than that, then you need to go into your JSON file. Let me just stop everybody right here. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you don't know any things, and you're got big thumbs and you're kind of clumsy, just fucking stop and don't go any further. This is an advanced mode right here, and you can really probably do some damage in here. And if you're going to come in here and fart around, just don't save anything, okay? You come in here and fart around all you want, just don't save anything. And if you hit a stray button, don't save anything. That's all I got to say. You can export the whole JSONs, you can import JSON files, and then you can edit raw JSON. This is kind of cool. We're going to go through some quick stuff in here. I'm not going to go too deep about this, but you can go in here and change some things, and this is where most of the UI from the tool is going in here and manipulating things. There's some stuff in here that I told you that you just can't quite see. And the other one, like the first thing you can see down here, when we open up our persistent player base state data right here, we come down and we can see pets, and then we can open up a pet right here. We can change the size of the pet. You see that scale up here at the top? We can change that pet to a big old boy. And that would be kind of cool to see out there as well. And then we have birth time. So if you wanted him to be able to lay an egg, you can change this to a 2. And the last egg time, so you know, like it'd be like you have to wait to lay an egg. You can change that 1 into a 2, and then pop out of there. And your animal will be mature and currently able to lay an egg. So that is some pet stuff in there that I see that I just a few different things I'm going to show you guys really quickly. If you're going into doing some Blender base building, your persistent player base files are right here. These are your files. Also, if you're in a hub system with everybody else, their base files will be right here too as well. Just a little pro tip for you guys. And if you come down here all the way to the bottom and look at the top, you can see character customization data. If we open this up and click on 0 and then scroll all the way down, you see a scale button here. This is your scale for your personal character. So if you want to be that jackass in the anomaly looking all big, or you can be really tiny, this is where you would come in here and change this to 2 as well. So 7 would be pretty fucking big. 10 is gigantic, okay? Gigantic. 1 is your normal thing. So I don't know what this scale is for each time you go up in a number, but I'm going to say each one would be exponentially folded over by times 3. I don't know. 3 units. What is a unit anyway? So anyway. Yeah, that's covering the JSON file. We've pretty much covered up everything. That's the basics of it all. It's looking pretty cut and dry. There was a few signs of some things looking kind of wonky and not honoring, and I think that he might patch it up. Not really anything too big of a deal. We looked for that trade rocket, but it could be called something else, and I could be typing it wrong. It might not be a space or whatever, how it's ever worded. I didn't word it right, but we didn't find that. But if you guys can go through and find all that stuff, it's really kind of cool to read all the descriptions and things like that. If there's something specific that anybody wants to know, write it down in the comments. I don't really do a lot of social media, so YouTube is the one thing that I kind of look at and answer things and take seriously. As far as, you know, the save editor and modding and things like that, you know, the other stuff is all jokes and fun and games, but I take the save editor and the modding kind of seriously, and that's where I put the jokes aside and get serious. And with that being said, we just covered the No Man's Sky Save Editor 1.11.0. I am expecting maybe a patch or two to come out on this, and well, I'm just glad it's here, and it's glad that it's happened really fast. Show this guy some love. GoatFungus, Brendon is his name. All the links will be in the description. I will see you guys on the next video.